Back, life lessons with Joe here. I'm going to talk about how to be the narcissist at their own game. So I talk a lot about narcissistic abuse because I strongly believe that a lot of the issues that we experience in this world from high and low levels is because of narcissism. I know a lot of people think that narcissism is just people that are obsessed with what they look like and their bodies. But overall, narcissism is a spirit. It's a demonic spirit that takes over a person, and they have issues with entitlement and controlling people. And oftentimes, a narcissist wants to destroy you, especially if they lose control over you. Let's say, for example, that you had a friendship or a relationship, and you decide to leave that person because you notice that there's some behaviors that are off within that individual. So the narcissist has no empathy. So if you try to reason with them, they won't understand what you're saying. Like, they will distort everything that you say, and they will use that as evidence to show, like, look, I'm a victim and this person is the one that's evil and bad, right? I noticed this pattern. I noticed that society overall loves gossip, and they easily fall for anything anybody says without checking the two sides of the story, right? I noticed that a lot of people love, for example, gossip. Like, they love to hear, like, gossip a lot about celebrities. And I've been guilty of that. Like, there have been times where I have read something on a blog and I just went straight to believe that. And now that I think about it, after analyzing, like, why did I believe that without even seeing if it's true? Like, I wasn't there, whatever the case might be. So this is how the world gets stuck in this manner, and then people end up enabling these abusers. One super fast way to know that someone is a narcissist is if you try to tell them no, or you try to set up any type of boundary. Now, depending on the case, maybe the person is not a full-blown narcissist, right? Because people do have certain narcissistic traits within themselves. Some people have it more extreme than others. But one short way to know that somebody is a narcissist: break up with them. Stop talking to them. So because the narcissist no longer has any access to you and they cannot control you, or you tell them no, or whatever the case might be, the narcissist now has received a narcissistic injury. So the narcissist now has to destroy your reputation. They go about this by using certain materials or setting you up. Let's say they call you and they do things to trigger you, and you react because you don't even know what you're dealing with, and so you scream at the narcissist because you feel like hurt by their behavior and you know that they're lying. So the narcissist will record a piece of this conversation where you're raging or going off or whatever, trying to defend yourself, and then they'll crop the evidence and then they'll post it to show that you are the one that's crazy. But you have to ask yourself, okay, well, if the other person is such a problem, why are you harassing them? Because a lot of narcissists don't know how to let go, so they will harass you, they'll cyber stalk you, they're trying to turn people against you. They want to damage your reputation because the goal is that they want, if they can have you, then if they cannot have you, and they cannot have you, and they also cannot have you like seeing them in this good light, then they have to destroy you. So since you're not gonna do what I want you to do, since you're not gonna talk to me now, since you're ignoring me, now I had to get back at you. So they do that. They do those smear campaigns in order to get you to react. I know a lot of people that have not dealt with this think that by not responding that you're being weak. No, not responding to a narcissistic smear campaign is a method called gray rock, right? So what gray rocking is, please know that this is not my idea. This is something that I've been researching for a long time. Gray rocking is when you just go stone cold. Like, you just don't show any expressions. You give them short responses. For example, if the narcissist is calling you like a liar or saying like you're an evil person and you didn't do this, you didn't do that, and you know their lines, you just go like, okay, and you just stay like this, okay. Also, when you just don't respond to things, right? Just gray rock. Like, the point is to stay as solid and strong and incapable of being moved like rock. So the narcissist is trying to pull your strings by trying to manipulate you. Every time you give the narcissist emotional response, the narcissist sees that as I'm getting attention, I have power with you now because you're giving me the attention that I want. Many people that are ignorant to dealing with narcissistic sociopathic people swear that not responding is you being weak. But think about it. It takes a lot of self-control and power not to respond to somebody that's clearly lying about you, that wants to see you raging. So if you stay silent and you don't let them, their actions affect you, then you are actually winning against the narcissist, because like I explained already, the narcissist wants attention. Even if it comes from a negative space, they just want attention. So the narcissists get off by doing a smear campaign because, again, they just want to destroy and they want to turn people against you. The narcissist hates the fact that you let go of them, that you don't longer want to talk to them. Because if I stop talking to you, let's say you and I were friends or in a relationship, and I break off the relationship or the friendship, if you keep harassing me, wanting me to talk to you, and you keep like insulting me, who is the problem here, me or you? If I left you alone and I'm not doing anything back to you, then who's the problem? Also realize that the narcissists, their experts, are making themselves look like a victim, right? So people oftentimes, because again, they don't know who they're dealing with, they'll see somebody doing a smear campaign. Instead of investigating, they'll take the side of the person, because most people love gossip because it's entertaining or whatever the case might be. And the narcissists are master manipulators. They're great at gaslighting. They'll twist everything that you say, and anything that you do and say will be used against you. So the more you keep replying back to the narcissist, the more they're going to use that as evidence to prove that you are the problem and not them. And they're going to continue to twist your words. Secondly, if you go back and forth with them publicly, people are not going to know who's telling the truth. And so again, the fact that you keep defending yourself makes you look a little guilty, even though you're not guilty. So even if you don't defend yourself, you might look guilty. And even if you do defend yourself, you might look guilty. So you can't win either way. So you might as well just don't respond, because if you wrestle with pig, people are not going to know which one is the pig when both people are in the mud, right? So I know that it's easier said than done, but you trust me on this. You gain power and strength when you don't react to just what anybody does and say, especially when the person is doing it to get you to get a response. Why would you give them what they want? The best way, in my opinion, to annihilate and hurt a narcissist is by you not giving them the supply that they desire, the attention that they desire. Narcissists cannot take rejection. So if you ignore them or they feel a rejection of some sort, they're not going to be able to handle that well, because narcissistic people have a huge ego and they have a lot of freaking pride. I personally, I learned, because at first I didn't know that I could set those boundaries of cutting somebody off. Once I learned that I can cut somebody off and that I don't have to give them the response that they want from me, I just became empowered. And the best way also to win against a narcissist is to just be happy and do you. The narcissist wants to control you. So, and they also want to break you down, and like sometimes the narcissist even wants you to die. So the best way to just win in life is just not let their action affect you. And then you have to watch whoever is supporting the smear campaign, whoever is believing the smear campaign, first, didn't like you in the first place. Secondly, has something against you. Three, they're easily manipulated, they're gullible, and you cannot trust that individual, because if they were able quickly to believe a lie about you without asking you, that tells you that that person, again, never really liked you, and it was waiting for the door and the little bit of opportunity to be there, so that then they can find a reason to join something that's out there to destroy you. Be happy, do you, empower your body, empower your mind, and don't let these people win, right? And even if the whole world turns against you, as long as you know who you are and you stand by your moral values and your convictions, then who's gonna stop you? I personally have used all my anger and rage from the abuse that I have endured for many years, and I use that to better myself. Let's say you go to the gym, you think about all that stuff, and instead of you using that anger to go destroy the people or destroy yourselves, use that anger to maybe run faster on the treadmill. Use that anger to better up your money situation. Use that anger to look good, smell good, and feel good about yourself from an internal self-loving place, right? Because narcissistic people, they love people that are deficient in self-love. They love people that are extremely empathic. They love people that would give them the benefit of the doubt in second chances. Once somebody shows you who they are, believe them. And I have a message for the people, the flying monkeys, and those people that see smear campaigns and side with these people. If you're seeing what they're doing to people that they were allegedly close to, or the people that they were in love with, what do you think a narcissist would do to you when you actually, I don't know, cut them off too? I'm serious. Test that person, because if you think that person is to be trusted, a person That's staying in the mind. If a relationship ends, they know how to let it go. I had people that stopped talking to me. That's fine. People can outgrow each other. People can move. People can then turn around and have new friends or have a new relationship. I have never retaliated against anybody that has personally attacked me or has done a smear campaign, because I just feel like, well, if you're gonna believe that, then it's fine. If you're gonna go around doing that, thank you for showing me your true colors. And lastly, I feel that with the smear campaigns, I win, because then I see who's with me and who's against me on the low. Like, you know what I mean? And then what I realize is that then I'm going to be really powerful. The fact that you want to take me down, and you're not going to take me down because I'm not going to let you take me down, right? Reinvent yourself, live happy. And unless these people, if they take it to the extreme, then please know that you have every right to go to the authorities, because there are some narcissistic people that will harass and stalk you till they, unfortunately, till they end up killing you and ending your life. Hence why we have so many shows like Fatal Attraction, Deadly Woman, because they're narcissistic sociopathic people that if they really cannot have you at all, then their end goal is to destroy your life, seriously. So I hope you guys learn from this lesson, and if you ever should encounter a narcissist, do that gray rock method and you'll see how the narcissist won't be able to take that shit. Peace out, y'all.